Hi everyone and welcome to our channel. Meet Spring, Sky, and Dragon. We will be exploring the nature of phages, their uses, and simply how amazing they are. Enjoy this episode! I got into phages back in June of 2022. I was surfing the news and found this interesting article about bacteriophages. It was about a couple, one of which became extremely ill on a trip to Egypt. He was rushed to a clinic in Egypt, airlifted to Germany, and finally taken to UC San Diego's hospital where his wife worked. I was so excited to find there was a book about it. I spent the rest of the day reading it. I finished the book the next day and decided to learn more. A month later, I started reading Life in Our Phage World and found I couldn't put it down. I was super excited, and I still am. Later on, I tried teaching my family about phages, and it was okay, but it felt like something was missing. I realized the problem was with how I was teaching them. I was writing packets and reading them to my family. My 9-year-old brother made this clear to me. My lessons were pretty boring. I finally took my lessons and wrote them out in ways young learners can understand. My sister and I created these graphics, and voila! We had our first episode, the one you are watching right now. Okay, that's enough about me. To start off, there are lots of phages on Earth. Anywhere you can find microbes, you can find phages. And that's pretty much everywhere. In fact, there are over 10 to the 31st phages on Earth. That's a lot. But let's take a step back. What are phages? Phages are a type of viruses that attack bacteria. To be clear, they only attack certain bacteria. As we know, there are beneficial bacteria, you could say the good guys, and the harmful bacteria, the bad guys. These phages will only attack the harmful bacteria, like the ones that make us sick. These phages are especially useful with the arrival of superbugs. We'll dive into that in a future video, but simply put, superbugs are antibiotic-resistant bacteria. Not just any antibiotic-resistant bacteria, however. Superbugs are resistant to about all of our antibiotics. This problem gets worse every day from overuse of antibiotics. This makes phages more important than ever. Phages are constantly at work. After all, it isn't easy to keep a global population of 10 to the 31st. In the environment, phages infect over 10 to the 24th host cells every second. How does this work? Well, a phage releases an integrase into the bacterium. I like to remember that integrase sounds like integrate, since the integrase is integrating the phage genome with the host cell. The integrase releases a prophage, the phage genome, into the cell. From here, the phage either picks lysogeny or lysis. We'll talk about those in more detail in a future video. To give a brief description, lysogeny is when the phage genome is dormant. The host cell will replicate, and those copies will have the phage genome. Eventually, the phage will go lytic. Lysis is when the phage genome is inserted and turns the host cell into a phage factory. Eventually, the cell will burst and all the baby phages will escape into the world. Think of it like a water balloon. You fill it and fill it and fill it until pop! It bursts! And then you're all soaking wet. Well, that's it for this episode. Thanks for watching!